All right, let's dive a little deeper into regulation now. In this week's Crypto Rising, we are joined by Annabelle Huang, Managing Partner at Amber Group. Great to have you as always, Annabelle.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
Listen, in the space of a few days, we've seen economic giants, the United States, Japan, both announcing sweeping changes to cryptocurrency legislation, perhaps the clearest evidence yet. Lawmakers are taking concrete steps to try and shore up enforceable legislation in the crypto space. Can we just get your thoughts in general on what's been happening in both of those countries?
I would say Japan is no stranger to regulation in the crypto landscape after the Mt. Gox hack and a few other exchange hacks. I would say the new proposed stablecoin related bill actually comes in a very interesting time after the whole Luna Terra USD sort of collapse in the market. So it shows that in Japan, the JFSA is actively monitoring the market and really proposing evolving regulations that caters to the market. We have recently acquired a licensed exchange in Japan, so we are actively monitoring the landscape as well. Over in the US, it is still a proposed bill for now, so we don't know what the final form would look like by the time if or when it passes in Congress. But I think it's a pretty positive milestone for the industry as well, with the bipartisan lawmakers really looking into crypto and not just saying that, oh, everything's a security, but really looking at a differentiation and having different sort of regulatory bodies looking at different types of the cryptocurrencies.
All right, let's talk more specifically about the United States. The bipartisanship, certainly a particularly interesting point in terms of the United States, but in terms of the classification of cryptocurrencies as commodities, not securities, what exactly do you think that means for investors, for the sector, both in the United States and perhaps elsewhere as well?
I would say nothing is changing, nothing is different at the moment. Again, it's a proposed bill. We still have to have it pass Congress, and it's unlikely that will happen this year. So next year also depends on a new Congress composition. So we still have to wait and see, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more tweaks and compromises coming our way in terms of what's going to be in the final bill. But like you said, right, they are looking at the different categorizations of crypto, some of the more decentralized, especially the major tokens, Bitcoin, Ethereum, will be classified as commodities under the CFTC, who has historically been, I would say, more friendly towards crypto legislation versus perhaps the SEC. So I think generally the market is feeling good about this development. But we still need to see what actually happens in the end.
In terms of precedent then, how concerned are you that other countries could now look at what's happening, especially in the United States, and perhaps take the lead? We know South Korea, for instance, has a fairly strict enforcement regime when it comes to crypto governance. What does this mean for other countries that are now looking to adopt and formulate their own policies?
US has historically been sort of the leading factor in terms of regulations in general, in terms of the financial market, and I think in crypto as well. But what we've seen in the market is that a lot of the other countries, Japan we've mentioned, Korea as well, since September last year, they put out the new VASP related regulations specifically for crypto. In the Philippines as well, where the BSP as early as 2017 has put out crypto-specific licenses, where we are in Singapore, also in Hong Kong. All of these jurisdictions have been looking to crypto, especially after 2017, where the market put a spotlight on the asset class in general. A lot of the regulatory bodies definitely look to the development in the US, so it'll serve as somewhat of a guideline.
All right, great to get your thoughts on that, Annabelle. That was Annabelle Huang from Amber Group.